Have you ever prayed for something and felt like God stayed silent? Maybe you asked for healing, for direction, for peace, for a breakthrough. But days passed, weeks passed, maybe even years passed, and nothing changed. That's the difficult part of faith. Because faith sounds easy when life is going well. But real faith begins when you cannot see the outcome. Today, we're going to talk about why God sometimes makes us wait and how faith becomes powerful in seasons of silence. In Bible, Gospel of Mark chapter 11 verse 24 says, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." At first, this sounds impossible. How do you believe you already received something when your situation still looks the same? That's the mystery of faith. Most people think faith is emotion. But faith is deeper than emotion. Faith is trust. It's trusting God. Even when your reality looks confusing. Anyone can believe when miracles happen instantly. But can you believe when the answer takes time? Can you trust God when you feel forgotten? That's the kind of faith Jesus was talking about. Right before this verse, Jesus had cursed a fig tree, and the disciples watched it wither away. They were amazed. And Jesus used that moment to teach them something powerful. Faith can move mountains. Not because we are powerful, but because God is powerful. One of the hardest tests in life is waiting. We want answers immediately. We want clarity immediately. But God often works in seasons. Think about a seed. When a seed is planted, nothing happens on the surface at first. But underground, roots are growing, and roots are important. Because what grows deep can stand strong later. Sometimes God allows waiting because He is building your roots, your patience, your character, your dependence on Him. And many people quit during the hidden season because they think silence means abandonment. But silence does not mean God left you. Sometimes God is doing His greatest work where you cannot see it. Every believer fights this battle. Faith says, God is still working. Doubt says, nothing will ever change. Faith says, keep praying. Doubt says, why even try? And if we're honest, sometimes doubt feels louder. Especially after disappointment. Especially after heartbreak. But faith is not pretending pain doesn't exist. Faith is choosing to trust God while walking through pain. That's real faith. Not perfect faith. Persistent faith. So if you feel discouraged today, don't give up. God still hears your prayers. Even in silence. Even in waiting. Even when nothing makes sense. Because faith means believing that God is working behind the scenes. Even when you cannot see it yet. One day, you may look back and realize the waiting season was preparing you for something greater than you imagined. Keep praying, keep trusting, and keep the faith.